Hey guys, Chris here and welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at this, which is set 70431, The Lighthouse of Darkness. So what do I think of it? Well, let's find out. Okay, so first things first, you'll notice that this is really nice, kind of quite a tall building, but it is only a half build. It's kind of a facade, as you can see here. Not much to it, so if you want to, you could buy two. I may have actually done that. I have, but I haven't unboxed the other one yet because actually I was quite impressed at how this looked. So when I was looking at reviews and stuff before and my opinions before I bought this set, I was thinking, oh, I could get two and pad it out a bit, but actually the angle in which it's on is actually really, really nice. Also, I thought that with this that you could rotate it. You can't. It's actually fixed in, so you can't move this at all. It is one piece, which I thought this kind of rotated around a bit. It doesn't. It is fixed. So let's take a look at the bottom. Let's go from left to right, I suppose. As you can see here, we have the standard kind of techie looking hidden side thing that you could easily take off. This is basically just to change the colours in the app and things. It's a bit of an ugly thing, but it's really easy to take off. As you can see, it's just kind of stuck on the side. Then over here, we have this really nice kind of tunnel looking thing, cave, which is quite nice. And I think this is where the actual skeleton is supposed to hide when you build the set, but obviously I've put him out as a minifigure. So this here is one of the first little bits you can lever up, and as you can see there is a unicorn horn in there, quite interesting, with a bright green tile. So that's so that you can access that in the actual set itself for the colour shifts. So moving it along to the actual little bit here, this is obviously the dot kind of area, and it's really nice. They've used two different brown colours here to kind of create that nice looking element. Lifting up this piece here actually reveals another kind of blue, which again, this is for unlocking different characters and stuff in the game. And if you peer in there, you can also see there is a little crab, which is quite nice in lilac colour. Quite a rare piece. I don't think I've seen the crab in that colour before. Nothing much in there, but again, it's just like a nice little bit. You can maybe put the little boat in there if you wanted to. In fact, no, you can't. It doesn't fit. So quite nice that it creates nice kind of depth and things to this set. And obviously then you have the upward stairs going up to the lighthouse itself, and there is a lever at the back right here which you can push in, and it releases the claws, which are the same ones that are found on the haunted high school, quite interestingly. And then again there's another piece here, which again that opens up to reveal another green plate. So they're pretty easy to remove if you didn't want to have the hidden side kind of stuff on this set. Pretty simple to remove, so yeah, not too much of an issue there. So moving up to the next part of the lighthouse, so you have this really nice just black plain door with a gold handle, two lights here which are for a reason in a second I'll show you, and this is a sticker here which is of Grimm's Mouth Cove apparently. Pretty nice sticker, and I quite like that. It adds a lot of detail to the set with these nice stickers, and I think Hidden Side have some of the best stickers in sets of recent times. I really do think that's really nice. Over across here again we have another flip panel which just opens another green piece again. These are really easy to remove though, but it's kind of nice. I quite like this use of the mossy green here to create some sort of little bit of bit of coloration on the rocks and stuff. I think that's really, really nice. And then what these bits here, these lights here, are actually you open it up and it reveals the hidden side teeth and stuff. So this all opens up. The floor above also does the same, but we'll get to that in a minute. So spinning it around to the inside of this floor, you can see it's got a really nice little area with just a simple seat here, and then it has a little chessboard in the back as well, which is just kind of shown with a black and a white piece on basically just a 4-1 stud tiles, which are like in white and black. But it kind of gets that across. I think that's quite nice, and it just does add a little bit of interest to that bottom floor. Okay, so moving up to the next floor here, you can see again this also opens up, but it's a lot easier because there is a kind of gap here in between where that is a glass piece, but it's just got a nicer, easier lip to hold this open, and it shows more teeth here, which is kind of cool. I mean, I'm not too into this hidden side stuff, but it's kind of cool that you can get that, and maybe I'd probably remove this if I was going to be putting this into my city. And then turning it around, this is obviously the communication tower which they use. It's another little stool here with a microphone piece and a sticker piece to create that really nice kind of switchboard, which I think is a really nice use of that. I think that looks really cool, and it's just again very small space, but they have added quite a lot of little details in for this set, which I think is really, really nice. And then moving up to the very top, you obviously get this balcony with the lighthouse light itself, And spinning this around, you can see that there's actually green here at the top, or grey. Spinning around to the green opens the evil eye that kind of gets shown. Now I wish they'd included 2 of the standard kind of clear pieces, because I think they look better than the horrible hidden side ones, but it's kind of cool if you wanted to convert this into the weird kind of monster. The balcony doesn't go all the way around here, so you would have to, if you wanted to make this more of a whole set, kind of add a few more of your own, but they're pretty cheap tiles. But this is obviously where you could put one of the characters, such as the ghost fisherman, which we'll get to in a second. Okay, so let's make the set all kind of the hidden side E. So you flip these doors open here like so to reveal that. Turn this around, and then you poke out the evil claws at the front. And that is it in its hidden side mode. Kind of simplistic, it's not too hidden sidey. Usually these get even more. I mean, I suppose there are little teeth and purple bits here, but to me it doesn't kind of create that much of that kind of hidden side look to it. Not like the Shrimp Shack or the Haunted High School, but it does an easy job. I feel like this takes up way too much room because this is all kind of hollow inside. It would have been cooler to have this as actually a little cave inside like we get at the back, which you just don't really get because of the use of these claws instead, because that obviously takes up a lot of room for the Technic pieces. But that's the build. Let's put it all back to non-hidden side. And let's take a look at the minifigures. Okay, so going through the minifigures, we'll start with Jack, because obviously he is the main character along with Parker, so we'll get through him first. Now he's different to the one I reviewed last week, as he's got a backward cap now, which I think is really, really cool. This is one piece, you can't remove it, but it is obviously dual molded. He has 2 facial expressions, one which is a really like kind of gritted teeth that he's fighting, and the other one is again another cheery face. So we do get at least a different kind of facial expression, which is pretty cool. We don't often get different facial expressions for characters themselves, so it's cool that we do get different ones here. He's got a really nice red kind of, the high school jacket on, which I think is really cool. That can be used on other minifigures if you wanted to. And he has the same black trousers from last time that I said, which was really nice because he's got this kind of dog bone or something on the end, which is obviously for the dog, which isn't actually included in this set, so you don't get Spencer. But I've got him anyway, so it's not too much of a deal. Now he also comes with the standard black hidden side phone as well, which you see in a lot of these. I think they always come with this phone, but it's quite nice to have because you can mix and match it with other characters in your city as well. So all in all, pretty cool minifigure. And I do like the fact that they've at least turned his hat around and given him a different jacket to kind of mix up him in the city. So next we have Parker. Now she's not as different as Jack, which is a little bit annoying because I really wish they'd have done more to change her up. The only bit that's actually different from the Shrimp Shack attack from last week is the hair and headphone combination, which I do really, really like. I think that's a really nice kind of piece. But the actual torso and the legs are exactly the same as last week's one. The face is slightly different. She has more of a mean looking face one side and a smirk on the other, so at least they did change the facial expressions, which is quite nice. Okay, so moving on to the 2 that can be turned into the kind of hidden side ghostly figures. Let's start with the sailor. So I think this guy is obviously supposed to have been someone that kind of perished or something in the depths, but he's got this really, really nice printed pieces. This starting off with this kind of green hat that he's got. I really love this fisherman's hat. This kind of really did bring me to getting this set because I thought he was such a cool minifigure. So he's got this really nice green hat. You don't get a separate hairpiece, sadly, but I mean, you're not going to not put that hat on him because he's absolutely awesome. He has this grey beard, and he does have some really nice printing on the torso and the back of his torso as well. So let's remove his beard so you can see a better look at the actual torso. So removing his beard, you'll see that there is actually another beard underneath. So if you wanted to take that beard off and actually give it to another character, this guy still has a beard, which is quite nice. In fact, there are 2 of the beard pieces that come in the set as well, so that's always nice to have. So looking at the torso a little bit better now, it's very grimy and it looks really, really cool. I really like the collar that they've got on this. The nice silver accents give it that really nice kind of 3D depth to it. And then the back, it's just kind of got some more grease and grime and stuff, which I think is really, really cool. Sadly, his legs aren't printed, but they are this nice kind of dark brown, which does look quite cool anyway. It's not too bad. And he's just got kind of black minifigure hands as well. So this guy morphs into a ghoul. Obviously, he's got a different face. There are 2 of the ghoul faces in this. This one's kind of got more of a smirky smile. And then he has this absolutely awesome beard that looks like it's kind of flapping in the wind, which I think is really, really cool. And it does add a lot of depth to this character. I think he looks really, really insane if you had him on top of the lighthouse with that beard on. I think it would look really cool from a distance, looking at that going, oh, there's a little kind of Easter egg in your city. Okay, next is this diver lady. Now, I didn't even notice her in the set. This is one that I didn't realise before I bought the set, and she is really cool. And in fact, I actually probably prefer her to the actual sailor guy we just went through, because her printing is absolutely incredible. It's this kind of old retro deep diver kind of style with the really nice silver glistening. She's got lots of moss and other sea debris on her suit, and patches on her legs as well. She's got these old retro metal boots which would have held her down onto the sea bottom floor, which is really, really nice. And she also comes with this kind of scuba spear gun as well, which is pretty cool. So removing her helmet, you can see that she actually has two facial expressions, one that's kind of grumpy and one that's kind of happy. Now she has a different ghoul head, which is the one that's the same as the one that was in the shrimp shack last week, which was used for the waitress. Really nice addition to the set they get in this, and it's really easy to just change her up, and it does kind of have a nice effect. The diver helmet I think looks better if the snorkel actual goggles are held up, if she's in the weird ghouly kind of phase, because I just think it looks more appealing and you can see a lot more of the detail then, whereas obviously putting the snorkel over, it's got this blue tint to it, so you can't quite see the actual ghoulish face as much. And then last but not least, if you'd even consider her minifigure, it also comes with a skeleton, just a standard skeleton that comes in a lot of sets, but he does have this really weird kind of, I don't know what this is supposed to be, this golden accessory. It's a built one with like a gun, with a stud with a hole in the middle at the back, and then this kind of droid helmet hat at the front. I think it's supposed to be like a speakerphone or something, maybe a retro speakerphone or a retro telephone or something like that. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you know what it is, but I think it's a really cool piece nonetheless. And then, last but not least, is this little kind of retro, I don't even know what you would call it. It's basically a jet ski, but in these really retro purple and pinky colours, which I just think's kind of cool. But I don't know where I would use it. It's got this kind of, I don't know if that's supposed to be a gun on the side or something, or a ghetto blaster or something like that. Nice printed piece on the front though, and it's just kind of cool to have this included, I suppose. And you just kind of put a character on like Jack. There's actually an area at the back that you can clip the phone to if you don't want to lose it. And then Jack kind of just sits on, I think it's more of a standing situation on the two studs at the bottom. He can just stand in there, and then the jet ski can kind of move around. So let me just clip his hands in. There we go, and he can just kind of stand on there, and this bit kind of moves up and down if you wanted to have him in different poses. But all in all, I think that's kind of a cool little build to have, and I suppose if they were trying to save on pieces and just have kind of a ship kind of thing with this, I think that's kind of a nice little thing. Maybe it's in one of the actual shows or something that they kind of enter this lighthouse on this little jet ski. But all in all, pretty cool. Would have been nicer maybe if you could have had room for the two main characters, because obviously Parker's got to get there as well, so either she should have had a jet ski as well, or you know, they should have had one each, or at least room to have two characters. Maybe that's what where the phone goes is. Maybe that's where you can put the secondary character actually. So let's do that quickly. Ah yes, so you could do it like that and actually have Parker on the back as well, so you can carry both of the minifigures, so that's not too bad. Pretty cool. Okay, so as well as that, you also get the coveted teal kind of really cool brick separator, which is quite nice to get in the set. You get that on most of these hidden side sets, I believe, so that's pretty nice. You also get a load of these clip-on pieces, which you can add to characters' minifigure hands and stuff, which just kind of add a little bit more variation to your character. These ones are like kind of cool gloves that they can wear and stuff, which is kind of nice. Hadn't seen those before. There's a claw one here as well, which is quite nice to see. So you get quite a few of those to add to it to make it more ghoulish. So maybe the designers also agreed with me that they hadn't made this kind of ghoulishly enough, so they wanted to add more kind of splats that you could add. Because these are kind of a stud, so you could have them even sticking onto things such as this. So you could have them poking onto all those little holes that you can lift up and things to kind of add more of a ghoulish, retro kind of, you know, ectoplasm look to it. Okay, so what are my thoughts on this set? I think it's an absolute brilliant set, whether you're a hidden side collector or not. I think this is a great little set. You could add this easily into a city if you wanted to. It's kind of got that cool looking, more grimy look to it, which makes it look like more of an abandoned old lighthouse. But you could definitely remove these stickers if you wanted to and have it looking more like a cleaner, kind of nice classic looking lighthouse. So this is definitely something you would see in the UK on a pier or something. So yeah, I think this is a great, great set. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the Lighthouse of Darkness. I think this is a really, really cool set. You get a lot of playability with this, with the kind of moving of the hidden side stuff, as well as just if you wanted to use this, if you weren't a hidden side fan as a lighthouse in your city. I think it's a great starter. You could definitely buy 2 of these and have a fully fledged lighthouse if you wanted to, but it will require a bit more modification than I originally thought. But I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's got a really nice docking area here as well that you can start to maybe add a couple of ships, or even the shrimp boat that comes with a different inside set. I might try and look at how these kind of go together when I get a chance to actually finally build that one. But other than that, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, whether you've purchased this set or whether you were looking at it and waiting for a good deal. There have been a couple around recently. I think I picked this up for £10 off, so not too bad at all. But other than that, have an absolutely awesome day. If you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. And as always, keep bricking it.